Okay, everybody, this is our first FRQ practice as a review. So just remember, in general, you have on the exam 15 minutes roughly per question to plan for. This one I would hope would take less than 15 minutes. There are 6 FRQs total. You can see right here. The first 5 are a little bit shorter, and then the 6th one will be a little bit longer. So this one here is very common first FRQ question where they go way back to chapter 1. So let's dive in here. This is giving you the amount of the oxygen concentration in streams and rivers. And these are the streams with temperatures that are cold, and how much oxygen is in those streams. It is a histogram, so not a bar graph, because bar graph is for categorical. Okay. The researchers constructed this histogram, okay, for the cold rivers, and based on it, describe the distribution. So essentially, guys, this first one is simply visco, and you need to have 5 things. V is for variability, so I did that down here. The spread. For variability, you can do range or standard deviation. Looking at this, though, we don't have the actual data. We just have how many are in each bar. So I did the range, and I said it's roughly 12, because it could go from 2 to 14. That would be 12. That would be the largest possible range. It could also go from 3 to 13, so that's why I said it's roughly 12. Don't say exactly. That would be bad. So that's V. S is for the shape, so it's skewed left, because if you draw over the top, it would be skewed left. The center, the C, that takes a little work. It kind of frustrating. It didn't say how many data points this was. So if you actually take out your calculator and add these up, kind of annoying, I know, but you will get 429 streams. So what is 429 divided by 2? It's about 215. Not perfectly, but close. So the median data point is the 215th data point. So then I added up these 3, and I get 252. So I know that if I count in from this side and start going this way, the 215th data point is somewhere in this bar. I don't know exactly what it is. I know it's between 11 and 12. So that's exactly what I said. The median is between 11 and 12. Then O is to describe possible outliers. So I said, well, look, here's one data point. There's a gap right here, right? But there's one data point here. So I said there's a potential low outlier between 2 and 3 milligrams per liter. And then the yellow part is you have to include context in your answer somewhere in here. The distribution is for what? Boop. It's the amount of dissolved oxygen in milligrams per liter in the cold streams. So that's the first one. The second one now says the researchers did the same thing for streams that were warmer. Okay, and they gave you the summary statistics like your calculator would give you or the applet would give you. And all they're really saying here is to make a box plot. So I've already done it, but I'll make the connections for you. If you're wondering, the minimum just goes down there, and you just put a dot there. Q1 is the bottom of the box. Median is the middle of the box. Q3 goes there, and the maximum is over there. And that's it. So there it is. And then connect the whiskers, and that's it. Pretty straightforward if you remember how to do that. It also did say, notice this, do not indicate outliers, which is actually very generous of them. You do not need to do the outlier formula, which you might remember. It's 1.5 IQRs up from here, and 1.5 IQRs down from Q1, but you don't have to do that. Then C is a comparison question. It gives you a little context. It said the researchers believe that streams that have more oxygen are healthier. Which streams are healthier? The cold ones or the warm ones? Use characteristics of the distribution to compare your answers. So you're comparing this box plot to this histogram to see which one generally has higher amounts. So my mind immediately goes to the centers. So here my center was between 11 and 12. Here, where's the center? It's 5. I mean, you could just say that, like, and I did. The median for the cold streams is between 11 and 12, while the median for the warm streams is 5.43. Well, first I answered the question. Make sure you are very clearly answering it. I said the data suggests cold water streams are healthier, okay? And here's why. Comparing the medians. I also just mentioned the shape. I don't know if that's entirely applicable, but it can't hurt to add more information that is showing your understanding. And then I also did this, like, if you look at the warm streams, only 25% of them are above 6 or above 6.12, right? That's what I said right here. Only 25% are above that line. But if you look at the cold streams, how many of them are above 6? It's ridiculous. Of the 200, here's 6, right? Almost all of them. There are only 1, 2, 3 streams total out of 429 that are lower than 6. And so I just, I gotta fix this. This is 429. Okay, which is amazing when you think about it. So that's your first FRQ, folks. Not so bad.